ranking every single Persona 5 Royal Palace theme. Why am I doing this? Simply because I want to. I know me doing a Persona 5 video. Hey, if you know, you know. That's surprising. I even got the homie Jack Frost with me. He had to sit in the coach seat right there, right in the back. As usual with all my tier lists, the link to this one will be in the description. As every single tier list that I do on this channel, I make my own template. As you can see, I have my own icons that I made personally myself. So if you want to make your own version, link is in the description. Go ahead and do it. Tweet it out to me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter and all that stuff. So I got my wheel right here because I'm not picking myself. I'll spin the wheel and then that's where we'll place it. So if you want to see more tier lists, more videos like this, more Persona videos in general, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because I know there's a lot of y'all watch the videos but you're not exactly subscribed to the channel yet. So please, it would really mean a lot to me if you guys subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it because I have a lot of good content coming out, more Persona content, more tier lists, and then more RPG content, especially in general. Some new stuff, some returning stuff, and I got a lot of stuff for you guys to enjoy. So subscribe and check out some more. I ain't delaying any longer, but for right now, I might make some people mad today. And of course, as is tradition with these tier lists, I always got a shirt to go along with the theme of the video. And this time, it's a Sonic shirt. Get it? Because Sega owns Atlas. So I mean, now I know some of y'all probably already thinking, but where's Life Will Change? I mean, I don't really consider that a palace theme. One, they played in every palace at the end. They don't always do the vocal version, and they played it outside of a palace too, but I don't really look at that as like a palace specific theme, you know. I'm talking about core of the palace and not something else, you know. But it is a great song. It is a great song. Hey, I'll give you your flowers. You're just not on this tier list, but hope you guys understand. And if you don't, then oh well. I won't shuffle on this first one, but then all the rest I will shuffle. So let's see. Give me something good. I'm not gonna look. Give me something good. I'm predicting, let's go with price. I'm assuming price. I ain't look yet. Mementos. Okay, well, I might make some people mad already, or you guys can agree with me. So Mementos Palace theme. Now this song in particular, I have a lot of thoughts about this one. This song is good. This is specifically the one that plays going to the Holy Grail, not throughout the main game. This is the in-game real palace version. I do like this song. I definitely like it more than all the other Mementos versions, because I mean, one thing I do want to make clear, each song that I rank here is going to take into account all the versions of that song. And for this song, it's good, it's mellow, it's chill. I don't think it perfectly captures the vibe of the real sinister and creepy nature of, like, especially this icon and what the depths of Mementos really tries to capture. And I don't think it's unfitting because it also is a bit of a reprise of just the Mementos song in general from the different layers. Everybody knows what this version of Mementos sounds like and all the different layers. This one, bum 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 bum, start to pick up a bit as you go. But then once you get into the real one, the actual in-game one, that's when you begin to hear a tide change and actually feels like a full complete final song. And now there is another version that they made in Persona 5 Royal, the alternate universe one, and it's kind of like a more distorted version, but it doesn't take after the actual like palace theme version of it, you know. Now no, for this song I only labeled it as Mementos. This actual palace version is called Freedom and Security, I believe, but I wasn't gonna put that all on here. You guys know what this is from. I'll be honest, I think what really hurts my ranking of this one is just simply how the different layers of Mementos, those songs, is not very good. Like it's very, very mind numbing, and maybe that is the point. A repetitive, monotonous song, the mind numbing is part of the theme of Persona 5. A lot of people just going with the motions and not sticking up for themselves. I mean, it would fit, but that doesn't save me liking the song. But I think I can still do you better than a D tier. Mementos, get on about here. Now I will shuffle. Now give me something good. Definitely forgettable, and it definitely does not really stand out by comparison. King, Queen, and Slave. I'm not even gonna waste y'all time. I'm not even gonna waste y'all time here. I'll be honest. King, Queen, and Slave. This is Kamoshida's Palace. You're just gonna go right there. Listen, and the reason I have to say that is it's just very unimpressive, uninteresting. It's very low key. It doesn't really have that pop. It really feels like for the first palace, as it tries to encourage you to get locked into the story, into the narrative, into the stakes of Kamoshida as a villain. But it feels like it takes too big of a step back in trying to make you feel something with the music. It feels like they made sure to make the first impression of the music be with, you know, in the emotional cutscenes, like when you first meet on, and also when you hear Last Surprise for the first time, then when you hear the mid-boss theme and the main boss themes, Life Will Change. Feels like they mostly banked on those songs to get you to lock into the music, to where this song is just so, it just doesn't have the switch ups that Mementos has. Like Mementos has the guitar riffs and the small guitar solos, a bit of violin sometimes, and it changes the paces, it has its own bridge too. to. It gets the job done, but that's it. But King, Queen, and Slave, you're gonna stay down right here. I really got nothing much good to say about you. You're gonna have to hold that. And please get up out of here. Shuffle twice and give me Arc. Give me Arc. I think I could take with Arc. That's the Shido's Palace. And see, I'm probably dead wrong. It's probably gonna be something like Days of My Mother's was there. Oh, it's Price. Now Price, this song. Okay, where do I start? I have very complicated feelings about this song. I do like this song. I don't think it's anything too crazy. I think it fits well with the mob boss vibes, especially once it gets to this section. The mob boss vibes of what Kaneshiro tries to exude, but also like high stakes money grubbing banker that he tries to pull. It's like the mixture of both. It perfectly encapsulates like his shadow self and his real world self. But my main issue is I hate Makoto Nijima. Oh, I can't stand this character. I don't like her, and I think she's objectively a bad character. I'll probably make a video someday. The reason why I get complicated feelings about this song, it's Song of the Palace of her arc, and I get reminded every single time all the depths of her character that just absolutely suck. I can't even say depths. When the game tries to fool you and make you think she's good, game, you're not gonna fool me. In Persona 5 dancing, the stupid terrible dance she has when she dances to this song, man, it pisses me off. But this isn't about Makoto. That's a story for another time. I do think this song very much fits Kaneshiro, though. I won't let my hate for Makoto Nijima like affect too much of the actual song. This version of the song is very good. It's also the one when you get deeper into the past, because it's really active and high stakes and jovial. Like, it's so confident that they feel untouchable, and they're just relishing in money and material things that they have, you know. So Price, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. I think I can afford. You're probably gonna be bottom of B. This tier list is probably gonna change as I go, or at worst top of C tier, or maybe I'd make another tier and it'd be B minus or something. I don't know. But anyway, Price, get on up out of here. Just shuffle a lot more times. I'm going to guess again, not looking. It will be, I don't know, Madarame's. I forget the name of that one. A Woman. The Days of My Mother was there. Ooh, we got a good one in here. We got a great one in here. And let me tell y'all about this song. Now, both versions of this song in the early sections of the palace and late into the palace are an absolute slapper, baby. Like, I won't spoil too much about some of my later picks, but I would say by this point in the game, this was easily my favorite for absolute sure. Not only that, when I played Persona 5, I was not a new Persona fan. I played the past Persona games. So not only was I impressed with Futaba's character and character arc, because it really felt like she was a Persona 4 character, because she was the only character in this game up to this point that not only that didn't feel like a villain of the week that they had to fight, it was the first complex palace ruler that made them really think about, wait a minute, all palace rulers aren't just purely evil people. And by this point of the game, me personally, I was like, finally, something to shake up the vibes and the approach of these palaces. Now, don't get me wrong, each of the palaces up to this point, from Kamoshida to Madarame to Kaneshiro, each had a different story arc, but they all were purely bad, and it was a struggle for the characters in those arcs to try to overcome them. But now, the person that we're trying to help is the palace ruler, and this not only really fits the vibe of the landscape, which was a complete pyramid that was like a maze, but it also did not feel like it was trying to communicate with you through music that this was an enemy. Just like how the pyramid is more like a maze, it feels like you're trying to navigate a situation that you aren't exactly fully clear on exactly what you would do about it or how you resolve it. Now, the Phantom Thieves have to think, okay, this person isn't evil, so how do we approach this situation? How do we get this person to be freed from the shackles and the emotional anguish that caused this huge emergence of a palace? Bro, the main core of this song is so melodic and catchy. Dun 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 dun. This is a type of repetition that is really well done, similar to the Mementos ones, the actual palace. This is a good repetition, unlike the Kamoshida theme. It also mixes things up enough with the core main beat to it as it continues to evolve itself more and more. But it adds in another instrument, takes away an instrument, or quiets itself down, or raises up the volume. It's really good. I absolutely love this song. And then the other version of this song, as you get deeper into the palace, I'm pretty sure this is the one that plays deeper in the palace, or if it's just the actual outside of the pyramid, but it's still a strong and fitting component of the song. It still takes part of the core instrumental and singular notes that the song gives to you, so it perfectly fits the vibe, but it's more freeform and airy. fascinating. I love this song. I love this song. I love this palace theme. By the end of Persona 5, this still was one of my favorite songs. How much the characters themselves resonated with this song. All of your insecurities, your doubts, your fears that you may try to hide away from, and she had to accept it, and that became her persona. She really was just had a Persona 4 character awakening, and that's how at that point of the game she was my favorite character. And I also think the actual arc itself had a very, very heartfelt and strong focus. And the name of the song itself, The Days That My Mother Was There, she's trying to keep herself locked in into her mental maze that's created this pyramid, which is like a maze, and she wants to continue through this loop of remembering the days when her mother was there, that beautiful time, the comfortable time. That's why she was locking herself in her room, because she did not want to move past all of those things. And I think this is an incredible song that perfectly encompasses all those aspects. As you can see, I'm so much more happy and excited with this one. I genuinely think Futaba is a very strongly well-written, in-depth character that is far more than just her usual outside personality quirkiness. You know, I think she's much more than that. I think if you try to dwindle her down to just that, you're really doing a disservice to the character, you know? So The Days When My Mother Was There, right here, you are in easy S tier. Hit that drop right as I place you. Go ahead. I can go on and on and on about what I think about Futaba as a character. If you guys want to see me make a full character analysis video on Futaba, hey, let me know in the comments. Hit the subscribe button. Oh man, I can listen to the song all day. This is how you do good, catchy repetition without making it feel lazy and monotonous to the point to where it gets boring. There's catchy monotony, and then there's just boring monotony. Get up out of here. Ooh, you got me sweating over this. Oh, I could groove this song all day. It's so good. Whims of Fate. Ooh, I guess they're trying to make up for those other songs at the beginning. And let me tell you about Whims of Fate. Now, when I tell you this song is such a bop, hold up, let's all just jam out to this together first. Do you hear the bubbling in the background too? Boom, 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 boom. Do you hear that bass? Oh, I love when a good bass is the core backing of a song. It has a bubbliness to the background to it, like a to sync with the bass line too. Ooh, it's such a good song. Not only that, but it's really the first full lyrical palace thing we get. Not only that, but the actual lyrics of the song is really perfectly encapsulate not only Sai and Ijuma's feelings as a character in this whole situation, but it fits the vibe of a casino, or at least a really happy, profitable casino goers. This song never gets old. Unfortunately, the only thing that maybe hurts this maybe a little bit as far as my ranking of it goes is that we learn a lot about Sai as a character, but we don't really get to bond with her as much. So although I do think it fits, I mean, the game that she's trying to play, it's like she really is gambling when she's trying to deal with this prosecution of the phantom themes a little bit, because I mean, that's kind of what people relate the core system a bit to. You're trying to, you know, get the truth out there, but at the same time, there are people that will try to push you or pressure you into doing the wrong thing with the money that they have or with the power that they have, and you're going to try to play a game of who's going to win this game. Are you willing to gamble? Are you willing to test your luck? She's literally like she's playing a game. She's enjoying this, and that's why it's perfectly encapsulates how she's enjoying this the whole time. But she enjoys also the profit and the running around in the game. She genuinely wants to stop them, but she's enjoying this along the way. So even though you're still in a situation to where you have to save Makoto's sister, you're just like, hold up, I can enjoy this as I go though, right? I know we're in a really dire situation, but let me just vibe real quick. Let me just, oh, it's so good. The layers is very, very nice. I am jamming out. Very, very good song. So although to me, the first song that really stood out and had someone's depth to it was The Days When My Mother Was There, as we just talked about. But this was a song that probably most people were really like, this is something different. I've heard songs like this before in other games, but this one was still, honestly, was a surprise, even though given, I guess you could say, jazz punkiness that Persona 5 has with some of this music, not a lot of it has it. Only certain songs has it. It feels like the main songs that have it play so little in the game by comparison. If you know my favorite theme in Persona 5, I ranked all the overworld themes in the Persona series as a whole. Check out that video if you haven't already, but my favorite theme in all of Persona 5 is Beneath the Mask. So you guys know I like the vibes of that song. But this song does coincide with Persona 5's themes, Sai as a character, the vibes that it wants to go for, the palace that it's set in. It stands out even amongst the songs in the game itself, especially the palace themes. You actually get to enjoy full lyrics in a song, and they're not afraid to put it out there really family, you know? So Whims of Fate, I don't think I could put you on here with The Days My Mother Was There. Like, it would have been really cool to have like a confidant ranking with Psy, and then she maybe feels a bit betrayed or conflicted about how we're the ones that were the leader of the Phantom Thieves. I think that would have been really, really good. Should I make a video about that? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I don't think I could put you in S tier. You are definitely the top of A. I didn't even try to do this, by the way. This is a complete coincidence, but we're working pretty good here. Oh man, such a vibe. Whims of Fate, get on up out of here. You've proven yourself. I think we got a decent variety up in here now. Arc, ooh, I'm very topsy-turvy on this one. Now, when it comes to this song, this is in a similar position, but not as drastic position as what happens to me with Price with Makoto, because I also don't like Akechi for similar reasons as Makoto, due to like techniques that they try to pull with him in the game, trying to pull the wool over your eyes, but also other reasons. And a lot of more things for him is due to the Persona 5 community. They didn't really impact it overall. I felt a certain way about Akechi for a long time anyway. They just certainly didn't help the allegations I had against somebody. But either way, this song felt really, really in sync with Shido as a character, despite us not knowing too much about him. Like big dog politician running to basically be the next head of a big part of Japan. And I feel like this did do like a balance of what the presence of his character brings, but also the palace's formation in the form of a boat. That's like a big party for all the other big politicians or people that have money and connections. And I feel like this really embodies someone who feels like they're on the top rung and can't be touched, but they're not like super boasty and flagrant about it like Kanashiro's was. But Shido feels more like a stone cold untouchableness. For Kanashiro, it's like, I have all this money can do everything for me. I don't have to be worried about you. And he's really joey about it because he generally loves money. But Shido didn't really have that love in him for what he was doing. He just felt like it was something that he needed and wanted to do and was determined to do it, you know? I did feel like it did play into the song itself. I will say this song is good at the whole, you know, repeating thing, as in it's a song you can listen to for a while. I did at a certain point start to get a bit like tired of it, maybe towards the end, because I feel like this palace took a bit longer than I feel like it needed to, but it didn't feel out of place. I do like it, but it doesn't really feel that special to me. But it is, I'll say it's a very solid song. It's way better than Kamoshida's. It's better than Madarame's. I think I like it more than Kanashiro's. Maybe that's just because of the sound of it. It's like a rough raspiness to it. And the backing drums, I always love a good backing drums. Backing bass, backing drums, love it. The only real downside to the song is that it doesn't have too much to it. It's weird because it has a really good loop, but it also doesn't have a bridge. It doesn't have a second section. It doesn't do what Whims of Fate does, where it has like another verse, quote unquote, to it. It doesn't do what Days of My Mother Was There does, to where it amps itself up or makes it sound different with its main tempo. It's really solid and it's good on loop. As far as where I would put it though, I think I can put it at most the absolute bottom of A, but I think for now I can put it as a high B. I'll have to see where the other ones bring me. Arc, you're gone. I'm surprised I ended up with this setup, to be honest with you. If I get to spin again, we're not gonna look. That'll be really cinema if they leave me a certain two that may or may not be tied together to the last second. That'd be really cinematic. I'd like it. Never mind, it did not. I was afraid of this. Okay, I was wondering how I was gonna approach this. Now, out of kindness, this song is the later in the palace version for Maruki's palace. I think you don't hear this until you start getting to the more golden areas of the palace, less like a laboratory or doctor's office or therapist's office. And I gotta say, this is a perfect next stage version of any of the palace themes in the games. All the palace versions have like a later in the palace version where it changes up a little bit, but this perfectly amps up what the first initial palace theme is. The pianos give you such a strong feeling of anxiety and pressure, but it's still keeping a residual, not the same but similar version of the previous version of this palace's song into it. And of course it's big boom, boom. The horns, I don't know if that's a French horn, doesn't really sound like it, or just, I'm gonna sound like, or synthy, like this, hear this, dun 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 dun. This is not the same as the initial version of Maruki's Palace song, but it is very so remnant to where it feels like a natural progression, but then they add in the consistent and constant pianos to make it feel like a sinister, of like a bigger feeling of anxiety as the pressures and the stakes and the reality of this palace coincidence the word in reality, what this palace makes you feel, and also the sheer threat, because there has been no threat like this up to this point. This was really hard talking about this song without talking about the other one, but I will say the amount of perfection this song has for Maruki as a palace ruler, especially as he starts to get to the point to where he no longer wants to bargain with you and he no longer is willing to try to give you handouts or chances. That's why it's perfect to call it out of kindness. There's also a play on words. I mean, think of Maruki's nature. Out of kindness could mean he's doing this to you because he is kind, or he's no longer has any kindness, you know what I mean? So he's doing it out of kindness, or he is out of kindness. And that really, really heavily resonates with Maruki's ideals, his situations, frustrations with the Phantom Thieves not being on the same page, especially Ren. As he's talked to you so long, he's like, how do you not get this? How do we not see this on the same level? Like, how do you not understand exactly what I'm trying to do here? I can help you. I can make you better. I can make you not have to feel such things anymore. He's committing an act that can be seen as evil, but he is not truly evil. He genuinely wants to help you, but at the same time, don't suffer a fool. He will not hesitate to fight you off himself. It's a beautiful, brilliant continuation. And again, I really did not want to have to talk about this one first, but hey, it ended up the way it is. I think I did a good job managing to talk about this without spoiling my thoughts on the first one. But I would say for absolute sure, easy S. I feel like these two are tied. I'd have one in front of the other. Let's see if the shuffle will bless me. Or I could just get not that and breeze through it. Sweatshop. Okay, you really leaving this for the finale, huh? Okay, I see you. This is, as you can probably hear, it blasting in the ears, Okumura's Palace theme. I don't have too much to say about this one other than I just think it's way different than anything you've heard in this game so far, period. There's not really too much of this robotic techno factory sound effects type deal with the chugging it along. I mean, it makes sense. This song is literally called Sweatshop, but it also sounds very, very arcadey, forcing these people to do this job in the most heinous way he possibly can, impressing his authority on people, especially his daughter Haru, in a way to where he's just like, I can do this because I can. And I know a lot of people really didn't like this palace, or they struggled with this palace. They didn't really mind it too much. They didn't really have troubles at all with the spaceport section. The only bad thing about this arc was the whole Yuji and Mona stuff, and I feel like Haru took a hit because of that being in her arc. And also, Atlas must really not like Haru, and I really like Haru, because they decided, you know what, we already did her dirty by putting that Ryuji and Mona nonsense in her arc, so let me go and put this secret new palace moment for this new character Kasumi 9 days before the deadline for Okumura. They just shoved that in there. He really did that. And of course, this other section is, you know, not a whole lot more I want to say about this. I do like the song. They reflect well at what they want to accomplish for the palace ruler. It's kind of just there, you know, but this is just about the song itself. Of course, I'm taking other things to, you know, kind of judge the song too, but I mean, you know, here's what it is. Sweatshop, be gone. I'm gonna spin this wheel for fun. I'm gonna choose this time, but I want to spin the wheel for fun just to see if it's gonna try to play me. I'm going to do a woman first and then the faded one. So a woman, this is Madarame's palace theme, and honestly, let me be fair, let me play it first. I will say this does capture the vibe of the old school Japan nature of Madarame's like paintings and his palace, him relishing in the fame and fortune of it, and his stylistic choices as well as Yusuke's stylistic choices. But I mean, this song itself is just not really special, man. The best thing about this song I can say is that it is a step up from Kamoshida's theme, which is not saying much of anything at all. I mean, of course, you have the other version of this song, which kind of like is the one you hear in like the safe rooms and things like that, and I think early on in the dungeon. But I mean, it's just, all it is a step up from Kamoshida's theme, which is also terrible. But now we have reached the pinnacle. Move, get out of here. The absolute pinnacle. Hit that shuffle for no reason. Hit that spin for no reason. Put some respect on the pinnacle, the apex, the GOAT, Gentle Madman, the best palace theme in the game, and also one of the best songs in Persona 5 Royal, period. Now, can we all just take a moment to just prepare ourselves, soak into this, because this song is so incredible, so in-depth and layered for so many reasons. And I'm going to talk about it. But let's just listen. I'm turning this up in my headphones. I don't care. I can listen to this song all day. Actually, I think I might have just decided right in this very moment that this is my second favorite song in Persona 5 Royal, period. This is next level, doing so little but so much. And let me tell you why. The hardcore pianos at the beginning. One thing about Persona 5's in its pianos, very light. Persona 5 is very poppy, jazzy, groovy, a beautiful mixture of all those things when it comes to his music. But this, once you hear that first note, you automatically like, whoa, this takes you to a different place, because the only times in the music in Persona 5 when it really has that depth and that boom of it, it's never really a piano. It's always really either a horn or a drum or the bass of a guitar. So it still has that groovy element to it, you know? And then it drifts off as it escalates up in tone. Listen to it, and then it goes again. But it's not by itself. There's like a misty airiness to it along with it. And then you keep hearing it. You're just like, oh, it's so well done, because this is something that impacts new players and returning players. It perfectly imposes on you as soon as you walk in. It's like, whoa, okay. Then it adds into starts adding another layer to it while keeping the same main chord. Here's where the drums come in. Bum, 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 bum. This is the song of somebody that is resolved, composed, chill, and does not at all feel threatened by anyone. This is the song of somebody who knows they have the power, knows they have the skill, but also is not showboaty about it and is comfortable with it. And that leaves you in a mysterious position to where you're just like, is this something that I should feel threatened by? But you're more just curious about it, even as it goes into towards this next section. And then, oh, that horn, one of my favorite parts. I believe it is a trombone, but it's not so boasty. Most of the time when you hear horns in songs and music like this, it's a lot more boastful. It's a lot more of the core, but this is one that comes in almost like a passing train whistle. It's there and then it's gone, like a sinister whimsiness to it. And it's unlike the other palace themes because it keeps its core, but similar to Days When My Mother Was There, it changes the volume and the tone of it, but at the same time, it doesn't just go upwards, it also goes down, but it also creates a new version of it, almost like an additional verse, similar to Whims of Fate does with its lyrics, but this one in just pure instrumental form. But also, of course, it has this bridge, because you know Persona 5 always has to have its bridge in the song. But I think this perfectly represents and encompasses Maruki's character, from name, from sound, to feel, to quality, and then there's the loop. It has such a strong loop because it does so much. Like, that was only a minute and a half almost on the dot, but it does so much. It then is going to loop again. It's such a strong loop because it's such a strong and invigorating and not really exciting, but it leaves you in a position to where you don't really know which side to turn. Like, of course, when it comes to other palace rulers, we know what they're about. When it comes to their song, you know what they're about. Except for Days When My Mother Was There, they all represent a sort of obvious, clear villainy. But this one, again, it's the same thing, but it leaves an air of mystery for the new and returning players. Because Maruki, you know, at this point when you first hear it and you follow Kasumi into the palace, someone just have her awakening, but you don't exactly know whose palace this is, and you have this pure mystery to it. It seems like these are people trying to take care of you or wanting you, but then the shadows in the palace are speaking of their palace ruler in such a manner that you've never seen before. So it gives you that vibe to where it's like, this is nothing like any of the other palace rulers at all, but he doesn't feel any more violent or dangerous. This feels like a comfortable place. So why do I have this bad feeling? And when you really get to the next section of the game and you hear this section again, you understand who the palace ruler is. You know exactly where this is going. And especially with the name of the song, Gentle Madman. The things that he wants to do, the things that he is doing can be seen as an evil, but he really truly believes he's doing this to help Sumire. And he wants to do this to help not only himself, but especially the Phantom Thieves and everyone else in the world, so they do not have to live a life that is continuously tragic. Everything that they want to do and wish they could have done and chosen, or bad things that happen to them, can be completely erased. And the only person who has to bear the burden of commanding this new world is him. He's doing it not only to help himself, but to give everyone the life that he wished he had, and not the terrible circumstances he had to deal with, but kindly give everybody a solution to the problems that they had, whether it's something that was their fault and they are hurting from, or something that was done to them. And Maruki, he doesn't really raise his voice, he doesn't really get mad, he mostly just gets sad and disappointed at how the Phantom Thieves could possibly not be on the same page. There's something about a calm, composed, kind monster that is so much more threatening than somebody that is pure evil. And this song perfectly captures the escalation. And that's why I wouldn't talk about Out of Kindness. I was talking about that song as a perfect continuation of this song, because by this point in the game where you still hear this version of the song, you're still in a bargaining phase with Maruki. That's what makes it all so tragic and painful. It's a beautiful world. Even the song in the overworld is called So Happy World. But is this the right way the world should be? Not just Phantom Thieves, but Akechi too. But that's what makes it so incredible of a song. It's a perfectly captures Maruki as a character, the state of the game, the threat to the world, but also the mysterious nature of how exactly he has such powers in the first place. Oh man, I could go on and on and on about the layers. So you're going to go, yep, right here, Gentle Madman. If there's any way I could change this, I would say, I think I will put this. I think I will put this down. Top of C at the very best. Maybe this, but let me do this. Nah, I think I'm gonna do this. These two being S minus. I don't think these two are on the level of this. I think the gap between A and S minus is still pretty big, but this is the closest thing that could even touch these two. Even with how simple it is, I think Arc is significantly better than Sweatshop. Price, Mementos, and whatever. If I had to make another tier below this, I'm putting this one in F. Yeah, I think I got across my point. This is the final tally. In the S tier, you have Gentle Madman. In the S minus tier, you have Out of Kindness, and then Days of My Mother Was There, which is Futaba's palace. In the A tier, you have Whims of Fate, which is Sai's palace, and Arc, which is Shido's palace. B tier, you have Sweatshop, which is Okumura's palace. In C tier, you have Price, which is Kanashiro's palace, and Mementos, which is composing all the different layers of Mementos, as well as the actual palace section leading to the Holy Grail. That's in the C tier. And then in the D tier, you have A Woman, which is Madarame's palace, and then King, Queen, and Slave, which is Kamoshida's palace. All the way dead at the bottom. I've said what I wanted to say pretty much about everything. I've gushed about everything that I want to gush about. I'm happy with this. Like I said, I make my own templates for whenever I do these tier lists. So this is mine that I made. I made all these icons and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys want to make your own tier list with my template, the link will be in the description and maybe in the pinned comment. Go ahead and tweet a picture of your tier list for me, or you can just write it down in the comments. Follow me on Twitter, links in the description as well. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more tier lists. Leave suggestions for the next videos that I do. If you want to see me do a video on Futaba, want to see me do a video about Maruki in depth, I have so much more I could say for a real in-depth character analysis. Give me some suggestions for other tier lists you want me to do. It doesn't have to be about Persona, it doesn't even have to be an RPG, something you'd be curious to see me talk about. Thank you all for watching. Take care of yourself wherever you are. Like and comment to get me more into the algorithm. Thank you very much, because I heavily appreciate that. And subscribe to the channel if you have not already, because I said a lot of you aren't subscribed to the channel even though you're watching. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button right there. Go ahead. It's very, very quick, very, very easy. You will not be disappointed. And if you enjoyed me doing this tier list, then you should check out the tier list I did covering every single overworld theme in the Persona series. Yes, from 1 to 5 Royal. But that was before Reload came out. but just know Color Your Night is an S tier easily. Or if it's not Persona tier list that you're looking for, check out the video where I ranked every single new monster in Monster Hunter Wilds, every single boss theme in the Kingdom Hearts series, or every single antagonist in the Xenoblade franchise. Go ahead and check any of them out. You got some options, feel free. Hey, they're good videos. I appreciate you guys. I have a lot of videos on new series that I've never covered before coming up, as well as some series that will be returning. Thank you all for watching. I'm rambling now. See you guys in the next one.